What's up, Cowboy Nation? It is Nevertheless Thomas with the best podcast in the world, Brand Squad Podcast. I am here with Peyton Vincze. What's up? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. I've been wanting to hear your story. I want the world to hear your story. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a junior here at Oklahoma State, and I'm also on the soccer team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Straight up. So tell us, where were you born? Where are you from?
I was born in Denver, Colorado, and then moved to Wichita, Kansas when I was 7.
Okay.
And so I've just lived there ever since, and then came here for school, obviously.
There we go. So Denver, tell us about which one did you like the most? I mean, I know you were 7, so it's kind of hard to maybe remember. But tell us about, did you like Denver or Kansas?
No, I definitely like Denver better because I would go skiing every weekend. And then, so when I moved here and I saw that there wasn't mountains or anything, I was really
No
sad.
mountains in Oklahoma and Kansas. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So that was sad, yeah.
I'm a huge Denver Broncos fan, so I go to Denver often, and I like mountains and all that stuff. So I can really vibe with you when you talk about, you like going skiing and all that.
Yeah.
So tell us, as a child, what were some of the things that you like to do? Were you hanging outside, climbing trees, playing video games, Barbie dolls, soccer? What did you do as a kid? What was your thing to do?
I was basically outside 24/7, playing soccer.
Let's go.
Or going skiing, climbing trees,
Yeah.
playing outside. And I'd always play soccer with my sister, so that was something we would do all the time.
Well, I love that. I mean, I think kids, they aren't outside. They're not outside enough, right? So, I mean, that's one reason you are the bright person that you are, you know what I'm saying? Because you're like, hey, I know what it's like to be outside and hurt my toe or my ankle.
Yeah.
I just jump up and keep going.
Yeah.
So you said your sister, you have one sibling?
Yeah, she's 23.
23? Older than you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's 23 and big sister. Did y'all have the love-hate, or did y'all fight each other? Y'all just was cool? Or?
Yeah, we fought each other a lot when we were younger, but then as soon as she went to college, I realized that I actually missed her. So then we started getting close, and now we're best friends.
But actually, I think that happens a lot where it's like when you're away from someone, you're like, yo, man, I missed them,
Yeah.
So where does she live at?
She lives in Houston now.
Okay. Okay, got you. So did her business take her there? Husband, boyfriend?
Yeah, she actually went to school in New York City for fashion, and then ended
Really?
up in Houston. Yeah.
Okay, so you got
correct.
one sister that's fashion, and the other one is I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like two different worlds
I
right
know.
there.
She used to play soccer, but she decided she just wanted to focus on school. So.
Okay. So growing up, is soccer the only sport that you played?
I did basketball for a couple years, and then I did track, but mostly just soccer.
Okay, which one do you like the most? The best? Soccer.
Definitely, yeah.
Cool. So what was that moment where you said, man, I'm pretty good at this? Did you have a moment or a game or a season of your life where you said, I think I can play at the next level?
Probably just during middle school, because that's when I started getting college interest, and so then I was like, oh, that's really cool. I actually can make the next level.
So you start getting now. You're the second person who said this to me, that college started reaching out to you in middle school. In my world and in my mind, and I'm sure to most listeners, that's rare that you hear about a college reaching out in middle school. You were that good? Come on, it's okay.
I don't know. They did change the rules where now they have to wait until your junior year to reach out. But before it was any time. So it's honestly really stressful because I'm I'm not even in high school.
Yeah,
yet.
you don't even know what you want to do with
Yeah,
your life. Yeah,
I don't
right?
know what I want to do for college or anything.
Yeah.
So it's honestly really stressful. So I think it's a good idea that they did change it. But
I got you. Yeah, give you time to develop and know who you are and what you want to do. I mean, I think anyone, committing in 8th grade or something like that would be
yeah.
The only way it would kind of make sense is if you're a legacy and all your parents and all your family went to a certain school or something like that. So, all right. So, what position?
I play forward.
Forward, okay.
Yeah.
So did you play that then, and that's what you still play now?
Yeah, I've always just played forward.
Okay, really. So, would you say that's your favorite position?
Yeah, I like scoring goals.
Yeah, she said.
I don't really like defending, so.
Yeah, she said, hey, let's get this money. She want to score,
Yeah.
I already know. All right, so in high school, let's talk about you being in high school. Now you're in Kansas at that time, right? What was it like in high school? I mean, what's some of the things that stand out to you in your memory bank, for high school? What was that like?
So honestly, I wasn't really at school that much
Okay.
because I played on a team in Oklahoma City, actually. So after,
Really?
Yeah, in the afternoons every day, my dad would drive me 2.5 hours for practice.
Hold on. Shout out to OKC and shout out to Dad.
Yeah,
Like that's
shout out
Dad
to
of
my
the
dad.
year.
Yeah.
If Peyton has never told you, she want to say thank you right now.
Yeah, thank you.
So he would drive you 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
That is some dedication.
Yeah, and then I'd practice for like an hour and a half to 2 hours and drive 2.5 hours back home
When did you do homework?
in the car while my dad drove me.
Wow, so you sit in the
Yeah.
back seat?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just took a nap or did homework the whole ride.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. I don't know if parents get enough credit. It's just like when you think about that, how many parents in this world would not do it? Like they would think that their
Yeah.
kid is crazy for them. I'm gonna drive you 2.5 hours every day. I mean that costs money and the time and this and that or whatever. I mean like that's shout out to your parents for putting you in the best
I am really
position.
grateful for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, come on, man. Yeah, parents,
Yeah.
man. Shout out to Dad. What's up, man? Can you be my dad too now? So, all right. So, wow. So, was that all 4 years?
Yeah, and then a little bit in middle school too.
Okay.
So it's just a lot. And then I also I got on the Wales national team. So then, like once or twice a month, I'd be flying back and forth between Wales.
Okay. So
that-
now here's the thing. We're gonna drop an anchor right there.
Okay.
Because when you say Wales, people may not know what you're talking about. But basically, what she just told y'all, she was so good she could play for a country. So, tell us about that. How did that come about? What's your connection to Wales and how did you get that going?
So basically, the coach of my club team was from Wales. So he would always have a camp in the summer where he would bring over some professional players from this club called Swansea over there.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, during that camp, they thought I was good, and then they found out that my mom was born in Wales, so that made me eligible to play for them. And so originally, I was just going to go over there and just train with, like, a professional team or something. But then they're like, why don't you just try out for the national team? So I did, and I was only 16 at the time.
Wow.
So I could qualify to play for the U17, the U19. And so I started out playing for the U19, but then after one camp, they moved me up to the full senior team.
I mean, because you're just good like that. It's okay. I mean, your smile says it all. It's like, hey, I'm out here in these streets. I'm good like that.
Yeah, and then since I was still young, then I also helped the U17 in the Euro qualifiers, and then I played for the senior team in the World Cup qualifiers.
So, okay, let's live in this season of your life for a little bit. One, it was probably they already knew that you were your mom was from Wales. They probably was like watching you the whole time. But what was it like? Would you go when you would fly there once a month? Did you go by yourself? Did your parents go with you?
Yeah, I would always just go by myself.
At 16, you were
Yeah.
flying to another
Yeah,
country.
so that was a little scary at first. But I started getting used to it.
Y'all listen to this. I mean, she's flying to another country once a month at 16. That's actually pretty cool. It's scary. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I was really scared the first time because I'm like, is this legit? Like, who's picking me
I
up?
know,
Like,
yeah. I know, because at that time, I mean, like, Taken and all that stuff, those movies that came out, so
I
you was like,
know,
hold on.
Yeah.
You was like,
I
hold
know,
on.
my mom was on the phone with me making sure I got in the Uber okay and it was the right people.
So
and
an Uber
everything.
would take you.
Yeah.
So, that's even, come
Yeah,
on,
because
man.
I'd fly into London and then it was like a 2-hour drive to Cardiff, Wales. And
Okay, and you did that once a month?
It's a lot of
Starting in
traveling.
your sophomore, junior year?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, what was it like, because that's how most of them are grown women, right?
Yeah.
So what was that like, that transition? I mean, coming to OSU probably was nothing to you after you done flew to another country. So I want to dive into that. Tell us what that was like going from playing with, young ladies your age to playing with grown women.
It was really different just because I feel like the style of play was so much faster and obviously they have more experience and just like are more knowledgeable and everything.
Yeah.
But they were all really nice, so that helped a lot. They honestly made me feel like I was just like their child, like their
Okay, yeah, like your little
wing.
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it also helped because there were a couple other girls who were a little bit younger too, so I became good friends with them, so that helped a lot.
Oh,
too.
so you had some. Okay. So do you think that helped prepare you for the next level? Playing against the faster. I'm sure you learned a lot. Do you think that helped make you a better player?
Yeah, definitely. I just feel like it really helped me be able to learn how to play quicker and just like all the different types of styles of play and everything, and just more knowledge over the game itself.
Okay, cool. So, you know, with all of this going on, that's a lot. You know, what kept you grounded? Like, what helped you stay true to Peyton, driving 2.5 hours, then going to another country once a month? You know, what helped you, like, you know, some people might get overwhelmed. What helped you stay solid?
It was honestly my family, just because they were so supportive and wanted what was best for me and knew that I really wanted to reach all my soccer goals, so they'd always be there. And even though, like, I was over in another country and it was like a 7-hour time change, even if it was like 3 a.m. for them, they'd be like, call me, like, I don't care.
Wow,
like,
really?
Yeah. So honestly, my family's amazing, so that's what helped me a lot and was able to get through all of that.
Cool. So your school, because I'm assuming that you probably would miss like a Friday or a Monday or something like that.
Yeah, I'd miss weeks at a time, so it was a lot. Honestly, I was about to get suspended because I missed so much school.
Really?
They made a special case for me, luckily.
So they try their best to work with you.
Yeah.
Wow, man. I mean, you just special out here in these streets, getting favors at the school. So, did you ever fall behind or lack in your education, like in school?
Not really, just because I feel like even though I was traveling a lot, like you have a lot of downtime in the airport or like just in the car or something, so I'd always try to keep up on schoolwork. And then my teachers were nice about like making sure I was staying caught up, or sometimes they would even just take away assignments and stuff. So,
really?
Yeah, and that was nice about it too.
Now you know you're good, you know, when the teachers start doing favors for you. I mean favors. I mean, number one, you're getting recruited in middle school. Now you got teachers saying, you know what, I really like Peyton. But what you were doing was a big deal.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do make exceptions, you know, and sometimes people get upset because like they feel like athletes get treated a certain way. But what you were getting right there was like, that was an opportunity once of a lifetime that you don't want to miss, you know what I mean? So do you ever still play for them, or can you do that?
Yeah, I've just been injured for the past like 3 years now.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So 2019, was that 2019 when you, well, before we get to that, let's talk about how you got to O State, then we'll get to that. So, so how did you get to O State? Were they recruiting you? Did you know this is where you wanted to go, or what?
So I was playing in a club game in Oklahoma City, and Colin, the head coach, actually came and watched, and some other coaches were at that event too, and then he really liked me, so after that game he reached out and said, hey, you should come on a visit, and so then I came on a visit, and I just fell in love with the campus, and the coaches were really nice and everything. Yeah. So then they gave me a scholarship, and I accepted it. So.
Wow, and you weren't too far from home.
No, and that was the nice part about it.
Yeah, Dad didn't have to drive 2.5 hours.
He only has to drive 2 hours now.
Yeah. I love it. So you were like, you knew from the jump, this is where I want to go once they offered you. Okay, cool. So what was that transition like? I mean, I'm assuming it was probably pretty easy. You've already went to other countries and represented, and you said you you qualified for World Cup or something. What did you just say?
Yeah, we played in the World Cup qualifiers against England and Russia.
Come on, man, that's super cool. Like, so you've done things that, you know, a lot of us wish we would have the opportunity to do. So what was it like coming to O State, you know?
It was good. I just feel like it was a harder transition for me just because I was injured, because I had been used to always playing, always doing all these things with soccer, and honestly soccer became like my identity because that's all I was always doing. And then when I came to college, then that was taken away from me because I tore my ACL literally 1 week before I was supposed to come here. 1 week
before you, I
was playing in a summer league game, and it was my last game of the season, and then I tore it in that game. Yeah, so that was just a hard transition because I had to learn like how to do life without soccer, and then it was hard because I feel like you don't really know anyone coming into college. Yeah. And usually like you make friends with people on your team, but I feel like it was harder to make friends.
Because you couldn't play.
Yeah, because I couldn't play. Like I wasn't constantly out on the field with them, like making all those memories and fighting to reach a common goal and win and stuff.
So how did you make it through that?
Honestly, just my family again, and then I made some friends outside of the team, which helped. And then I did make friends with people on the team too, and all the coaches were really supportive, and Todd, the athletic trainer, was really supportive too and helped me rehab efficiently and everything. So. Okay.
So what year did you get here?
2019.
And so you came here injured, ACL. Did you have surgery while you were here, or did you just rehab? Or
I ended up staying home longer than I should have, so everyone else came. So that's what's also was hard.
Oh, yeah, so you didn't come in with the incoming class.
Yeah, so I stayed back and got surgery back at home and rehab for a little bit. And then when I was finally able to, like, walk and move around pretty well, then that's when I came.
Okay. Well, cool. So here's the thing. I mean, you're here, and it sounds like, so you're good now, right? Or are you better?
Sort of. I came back and then tore my other ACL.
Okay.
And
I can feel you on that because I've torn both of these bad boys. I've had surgery on both.
I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No. You need your ACLs more than me. So, so you did come back and then you tore the other one.
Yeah, and then I rehabbed back from that. But then my other knee was bothering me again, so then I have another surgery to, like, just clean it up and everything. And then I came back for the spring, and then I ended up having a problem with my MCL. So I'm just trying to rehab back from that. But then hopefully this summer and next fall, everything's good to go and no more knee injuries.
Yeah, so have you played a full season?
No, the most I've played is 2.5 games.
2.5 games just because. But here's the thing. I mean, shout out to your coaches and your teammates. I'm sure you wouldn't be here if they weren't still supporting you.
That's what I'm really appreciative because I know, like, other girls that went to other schools where they've had, like, a lot of injuries and the coach is just like, you're done. And so I'm just thankful that these coaches, like, have been so supportive and, like, still believed in me even though I've gone through all of this.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, hey, I'm riding with you. I want to see you do well. I want to see you prosper. I want to see you bounce back. So what does rehab, what does it look like for you now?
I just go to practice an hour early and go to the treatment room and do, like, various exercises like quad strengthening, calf strengthening.
Yeah, that quad is important. That's hard to get going. That and hamstring.
It really is, yeah. And then usually I just run at practice, just like laps around the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why'd you giggle? You get bored and bored?
I feel like I'm basically like a cross country runner now, not a soccer player. But we'll get back to playing soccer.
But you know, that's the thing. It's like, you know, as fans, you know, I was saying it earlier. We try to act like we're, you know, couch coaches and all that, and we think that we know it all. But when you think about your life and you think about other athletes, all the hard work that y'all put in just to be on the field. I mean, like, we need to have more appreciation. You know, for people that's listening, I mean, you know, we need to have more appreciation for these student athletes because you have a full-time job. What's your major?
Psychology pre-med.
Cool. So you're a full-time student, you're a full-time athlete. That's a lot to balance. How do you, like, what do you do to kind of, because I know every once in a while, you may enjoy what you're doing. What do you do, like, for you, like, to kind of get away and enjoy, have a break from soccer and school? What do you like to do?
I usually just try to get all my schoolwork done before practice, so then after practice I can just kind of sit back and relax and, like, watch Netflix or go hang out with friends or just do whatever. Yeah. So that's how I kind of try to balance it.
So what does hang out with friends like? Go out to eat?
Yeah, just go out to eat, go get ice cream, drive around.
What's your favorite place to eat at here?
Probably Nuki.
Oh yeah. You said that. Yeah. That's right over here on the strip, right?
Yeah, it's like a sushi bowl kind of place.
Yeah. I've eaten there a couple of times. Yeah. Sometimes I get the little the shrimp and stuff. I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna jack it up, but it's like in the see-through wrap stuff.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So well, cool. You know, once you rehab and get everything going back, and you play for O State, I mean, I know that, you know, in the fall you got some time. You know, I think you all are the first sport to kick off for O State, right?
Yeah, we
soccer,
are,
like
yeah. We start beginning of August, so.
So does that mean that you were here through the entire summer, or how does that work?
No, usually we just come back like near the end of July, and we only have like 2 weeks of preseason, which is crazy because we have like 2 practices a day, and it's really intense.
So you got to be in shape when you come back. Like, this is no...
Yeah. They're trying to change it so we can come back in July now. Like, they're trying to pass an NCAA rule, so that would help. So we have a whole month to get ready instead of those 2 weeks. Yeah,
that would help. I mean, coming back in 2 weeks, 2-a-days for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you start the season, it's like, come on, NCAA, like, you know, cut them a break. At least give them another week.
Yeah, and then we have the beep test and everything. It's a lot.
Well, hopefully, you know, if they do change it to being able to come back a week early, you don't have to do 2 days for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Not. Yeah.
Well, cool. Man, I love hearing your story. How many people can say that they played, a sport or represented another country? Like, I think that is phenomenal, and now people know.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thanks.
All right, Cowboy Nation, we are back. I'm here with Peyton. We've been, diving into her life, but now we're going to do a little Wordle. We're going to see how well her brain and my brain work together. So let's go ahead and get it started. All right, so what word? Let's see.
Teach, maybe? Is that 5 letters? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I got some stuff.
Okay. All right, so yellow means that we can't use that, right?
No, it means it's in the word.
Oh, I mean it's in the word.
But it's just not in the right spot.
Okay, got you. What about tears? I forgot how to do this, so y'all may not want to. Oh, so we can't use the T and the H, right?
Yeah, the T and the
H
are not.
Got you. But we can still do it. If we can still cheat a little bit. Yep, there we go. What about place?
Maybe.
Maybe.
This doesn't have an R in it, but.
I'm going to let you. Okay.
So
there we go.
it has an S, a C, an A, and an R, and an E.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it scare?
Okay, look at you. I think you got it. Let's go. Great job. All right, so that was pretty fast. So being a student athlete, that's a lot of hard work again, and so I know that we talked about your family being very supportive, and your dad driving you 2.5 hours. Shout out to Dad again. What is it like now with your family? Do you go home when you can? Do they come here?
Yeah, they're still really supportive. Even though I haven't really been able to play in the games because of injury, they still have come to like every single game and come see me. Yeah, so
come on.
Yeah, that's been really nice. And then I've gone home a couple times and have seen them too. So.
Yeah, you got a good family.
Yeah,
man.
I do.
You know what I'm saying?
That's honestly what I'm most thankful for. So.
Yeah, there we go. Same here, my family, man. I love them. So now it's time for this or that. You're going to answer as quick as you can. I'm going to go as fast as you go. It's no wrong answer. You're competing against, you're an athlete, right? Y'all like to compete. You're competing against other athletes, and we're about to get this party started. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Chocolate, vanilla.
Chocolate.
Driving, flying.
Flying.
Phone or computer.
Computer.
Comedy, horror.
Comedy.
Marvel, DC.
DC.
Hot or cold.
Cold.
Sour, sweet or salty.
Sweet.
Silver, gold.
Gold.
Beach or mountains.
Beach.
Country or city.
City.
TV shows or movies.
Movie.
Winter, summer.
Summer.
Pancake, waffles.
Pancake.
Pen, pencil.
Pen.
Cars, trucks.
Truck.
Sneakers, dress shoes.
Sneakers.
Laundry, dishes.
Dishes.
Rich friend, low friend.
Loyal.
Dinner, breakfast.
Breakfast.
Dogs, cats.
Cat.
Coffee, tea.
Coffee.
Passenger, driver.
Driver.
Night or morning.
Morning.
Ketchup, warrant. Wrench.
Ketchup.
Passenger, driver.
Driver.
Michael Jordan, LeBron.
LeBron.
All right. God dog, man. Oh, man.
That's hard.
All right, you did a great job. I just need to learn how to read better. But, hey, thank you so much, Peyton, for hanging out with us. I love that, Cowboy Nation and the fans get to know you a lot more, and I think your story is amazing. I want them to be able to stay in contact with you. So what are your social media handles?
My Instagram is my name, Peyton Vincze. My Twitter is PeytonVO4, and my TikTok's Peyton Vince.
Okay, now, and spell your last name so they'll know.
V-I-N, C as in cat, Z as in zebra, E.
Come on, she came through with the military terminology.
Well, no one really ever knows how to spell it. I think it's like CC or something.
Yeah, well, that's why I had you spell it. So, hey, again, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. My name is Les, Nevertheless Thomas. I'm here with Brand Squad Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.